so opinionated. 7-footers who made it, block shots, dunked on some of the greatest. P-Town and Carolina in touch with the latest. Posting up on the topics, ain't no way you can stop this. Hollins and Haywood, post off the pivot, living life to live it. Tire suits are fitted, cash up, mash up, now we hook skidding. Stadium to the set, we the littest. And the biggest.
How's everybody doing? We want to welcome you into the Opinionated 7-Footers podcast. I'm your main man, Ryan Hollins, and that's my dog over there, Brendan Haywood, standing 7'1" and a slim, trim 265 pounds. It's Shay. What's going on with you, big dog?
I'm mad that you play with my weight every week, but I'm not even worried about it because this week we got one of my favorites, all right? We got one of my favorite guys on Instagram. I watch all his stuff. I'm talking about my main man, Spice Adams in the building, a.k.a. what you say there, Chuck? Yeah. Spice in the building. What's up, my man?
What up, man? Slow motion, man. Better than no motion, man. I'm just staying out the way over here, man.
Hold on, Spice. You already throwing out unk lines already, dog. It ain't, man. Look, we already partway into the deal. You throwing them out.
I'm just staying out the way, dude. It's crazy out here, man. I'm at the crib on the quarantine, man. We out here hooping on the little court out here, man.
Hey, hold on. You be hooping?
40 degrees.
Spice, you can hoop?
I mean, I do a little something, man. A little razzle-dazzle, man. You know
do you hoop like the average? Like one time I remember being at UNC, came in the summertime, played some pickup basketball with the football players. That was the last time I played basketball with the football players because I realized y'all still be playing football when it's time to play basketball. Y'all don't want nobody to call no fouls. Is that type of basketball you be playing?
Yep. And I got my little 12-year-old, man. He think he can ball, man. So, you know, I ain't never let him beat me in nothing. So if he beat me one time, he gonna earn it. But we be out there, man. He can't see me. He got a couple more years.
Hey, Spice, go ahead, B.
No, I was gonna say I love the fact that you said you got your 12-year-old son and you don't let him beat you in anything because you are creating his sports identity. He's gonna be like, man, I learned to get tough because my dad never let me win. Yeah. What created your sports identity? That's the question we always ask. What created? Because a lot of people see you on IG, they don't realize you played football for 9 years. Like they thought you were like a flash in the pan. Nah, you really did this thing. So what created that background for you?
Well, my mom, she never let me get down on myself because it was always a lot of skinny dudes around our neighborhood. I was like the big dude. So the skinny dudes just be outside hooping with their shirt off and all that. Like all my cousins and everything, they used to be out there hooping with their shirt off and all that. And I used to be somewhere, you know, ducked off with my shirt on like this. Where my mom be like, "What you doing? Get out there and go hoop." And I'd be like, "Nah, they gonna make fun of me when I take my shirt off and say I got man boobs and stuff like that." She was like, "Boy, get on out there." So she made me go out there with my shirt off and everybody was cracking jokes and stuff like that. But what I realized is that I could start cracking jokes back on them. So, you know, after so long, it was like, yo, let my man do his thing. All right. I'm telling you, you don't want to.
You want these jokes.
He gonna get you. I'm telling you. He only 12. He only 11, but he gonna get you now. So, I mean, once you grin, you win. Just want to let you know. But, you know, after my mom had a little talk with me and everything, it was cool, man. I was out there hooping with everybody else.
Hey, Spice, well, you went from the basketball courts topless, getting it in, and mama made you tough, apparently, all the way to Penn State, man. Out of Detroit, man. What made you choose Penn State? What was it? What was that? Was it one of those deals like as soon as UCLA called, I was like, yep, sign me up. I'm in. Like, was Penn State that for you, or what takes you all the way there to play?
Well, I was Penn State was recruiting an upperclassman, one of my teammates. And he was like, "Hey, man, why don't you go to this camp with me?" I didn't know nothing about football at all. Because all we did in my neighborhood was play basketball. Right. So the very first practice, coach was like, "Go line up at guard." And I was like, "You want me to line up at point guard or shooting guard?" I swear to you, I had no clue. Like if it wasn't a quarterback or running back or linebacker or something like that, I didn't know like none of the positions, especially offensive line. Like I didn't know center, guard, tackle, tight. Like I didn't know all that stuff. So, they were recruiting one of my upper class teammates, and he was like, "Hey man, why don't you come out to this camp with me?" And I thought that was cool. Like, I got an upperclassman. He asking me, a young dude, like, I don't know nothing about no football. So I asked my mom, I said, "Mom, can I go to this camp?" And that was like $300 at the time. And so she got the money, and she was like, "Yeah, you can go to the camp." So I went to the camp, and I went crazy. Like, I turned the camp out. Like, I was sprinting everywhere. And they was like, "Man, who's this big old dude?" Like, at that time, I was like 285 pounds. And I went out for like linebacker and like offensive lineman, but I didn't know what I was doing. All I was doing was just whatever they was teaching, I was doing it like full go. And then they was just like, "Man, who is this dude?" Then they started recruiting me. And they was like, "Hey man, would you like to come up here, to go to school here?" And I was like, "Okay." Like, I didn't know nothing about nothing. Like, you offering me $90,000 to go to your school, and I'm not about to turn that down. Like, no. So I was like, "Bet, let's do it." But I didn't know what I was doing.
At what point did you know what? I can be a pro at this though. Like for me, I was in college by about my sophomore year, I got a chance to start. I'm like, I can make some money playing basketball. Like when you sound like, hey, you went to Penn State, very, very humble. At what point when you got there, you like, yeah, I'm about to do this thing for at a really high level?
I didn't go to Penn State to go to the league. Like, I just went to compete and to start and all of that. And, by the time I got to like my junior year, like my redshirt junior year, I saw dudes that I had good games against get drafted. So I was like, they drafted this dude? I know they saw the Penn State game. I know they saw that. So I was like, man, I might get a shot. Like, you draft him in the 3rd round, and you didn't watch the game he played against me? I was like, yeah, I might get a shot. So then I started to take it a little bit more serious.
Yeah, that man, it's crazy hearing you say that because, we always talk about basketball identity, and a lot of us athletes, we just identify like, all right, I'm basketball player, I'm football player, I'm not all this. So were you always, was it cracking a joke, just being yourself? You were just living because, I know I had hoop dreams. If it wasn't basketball, if it wasn't NBA, I ain't know much else at that time what I'd be doing. Were you always expanded on comedy, being funny, being yourself? What was it like? What was your mindset? Because it's rare that you hear guys that played 9 years pro that said, that was never my intention, it just happened.
Yeah. I just always wanted to be myself. I felt like that was important, man. I just like to have fun. I like people around me to have a good time. And you can ask anybody who was in the locker room with me. Like, I always try to make sure that I had a good time and people were around me, laughing and joking, because it's sometimes you come in the locker room and I be saying all the time, like, dog, is this a game or is this a funeral? Like, come on, dog, like throw some tunes on or something like that, bro. Like, somebody hit a freestyle or something. Like, man, I can't be around no people who just be quiet all the time, dog. That junk just kill me, bro. So, I was blessed to be in a lot of different locker rooms who allowed me to be myself. And especially with the Bears, man. The Bears was cool, dog. It was just like a bunch of kids, dog. Like, you got Tommy Harris, Peanut Tillman, Lance Briggs, like all these dudes just like practical jokesters and just like playing with a group of kids, dog. And we had fun.
Were you on a team with my man, Julius Peppers?
Yeah.
Me and Pep
I was
played.
telling Ryan about him the other day.
Oh man, me and Pep played AAU together. I've known Pep since he was 16, man. So yeah.
Hey yo, that's all he said. Hey yo, what is this nonsense, man?
Hey, dog, that's a good Pep impression. Like Spice, he would come on campus, and this is the most Pep thing ever. He'll call me from across the quad. He'd be like, "Yo, B Wood." I come over there, I'm like, "What's up?" He'd be like, "Hey yo, I forgot what I was gonna say though, but hit me later though." I was like, "Yo, fam, you call me, dog." Is that not how Pep be acting? If you can make Pep laugh, that means you're really funny. Was there ever a time in the locker room where you just had Pep laughing? Because Pep is normally real quiet and stoic. Don't say a lot.
Oh no, I didn't get that Pep. At first, we kind of understood, like, man, maybe he's just quiet, but after a while, dog, the stuff we used to do in the locker room, man, we used to be playing baseball. We'd play basketball. We'd play was it 2 square, 4 square. We're on Saturdays we always play dodgeball.
It's
In the
about
locker room?
300-pound dudes.
Y'all playing dodgeball in the locker room with 300-pound linemen and 275-pound linebackers?
Yes, every Saturday. Every Saturday. It will it'd be offense versus defense. We had the those little laundry bins. That'd be the separator. So offense used to be on that side, defense used to be on that side, and we just go. And Pepe's been like, "Hey, yo, man, hey, I ain't getting hit, yo."
I swear, it's only funny if you know Pep, because that's how he starts every sentence off with "Ayo" and does the hand movement, dog. I promise you.
Hey, yo.
He be like, "Yo, fam, why you doing Ayo?" Every single time.
Hey, yo.
Hey, Spice. Well, let's talk about you getting drafted, man. Out of Penn State, you get to the point where you understand you're about to, make it to the league. What was it like playing for the 49ers? Now, I'm 49er faithful, big dog. I don't know if you know that. I'm 49er faithful. So I know Anthony Adams. Spice came in my life later on. I already knew Anthony Adams, and you did your thing for us. So what was it like getting drafted? The excitement, actually seeing your name called. Where were you draft day? What was that like, man?
Man, well, first of all, I got drafted during the commercial break.
Oh, that's the worst.
That's me too. Both of us.
Yeah. So I didn't get with the 57th pick, the San Francisco 49ers select, I didn't get that. And then at the same time, I had my little flip phone in 2003. And I was up at Penn State, so there's a lot of mountains and stuff up there. So the reception wasn't the greatest. So all that day, I had been getting prank calls from my boys. They'd be calling like, "Hey man, this is the GM for the Raiders." And I'd be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, sir?" Da, 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 da. I changed my voice up and everything. And they'd be like, "This Marcus, dog." I'd be like, "Come on, dog." The whole day I was getting calls from the Seahawks, from the Jets, from the Giants, like all that. But it'd be my boys. My boys just like prank calling me that whole day. So, and I couldn't even keep my phone charged, dog, because they was just to the point where I stopped answering the calls. And I was just like, but when I got drafted, went to commercial break, the GM for the 49ers, Terry Donahue, called me on the phone. I say, "Hello." He say, "Anthony, we're going to draft you with the 57th pick." I say, "Man, who is this?" He said, "This is Terry Donahue from 49ers.
You didn't hang up on him.
Hung the phone up on him.
You did not hang up on him.
I flipped it down. I'm on the phone and I flipped it down. Like, come on, bro. These dudes, man, they play too much. Because if I was getting drafted, Chris Berman or somebody would have been at the podium saying Anthony Adams getting drafted, So I'm just like, come on, dog. Like, really? So he called me back. He said, "No, seriously, this is Terry Donahue from San Francisco 49ers. We're going to select you the 57th pick." So I'm on the phone with him like, I'm still not believing. Like, okay, Terry Donahue, okay, all right. So then I look up on the screen on a little ticker. It says Anthony Adams, 57, San Francisco 49ers. So I'm like, this is like really happening. Like, this is for real. I'm like, dang, dog. So, dog, I'm up at Penn State. All I got is training clothes. They want me to be in San Francisco the next day. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So by the time I got drafted, it was probably like 7:30, 8 at night or something like that. I think the mall closed at like 9 or something. So I'm like, yo, I gotta go to the mall. I gotta at least get some pants or something, dog. I gotta try to get a suit. So we go to the mall. All I could get was like some Dockers, like some Dockers that was kind of like baggy. I had to, man.
Hey, 2003 baggy was in. All my clothes are baggy. You cool with some baggy Dockers.
But I mean, not when you piecing together a suit. Like I'm about to be looking so stank. So I had to get like some Dockers, and then I had to get like some clunky like Dr. Martin shoes or something like that. And then I borrowed my defensive lineman coach. I borrowed one of his suit jackets. So I just pieced together this suit, and I hope this picture is not out there, but there's a picture when I got drafted when we did the press conference, and my suit game was so bad, dog. It was horrible, man. But shoot, man, Going to the 49ers, man, they had Bryant Young, they had Julian Peterson. I played with T.O., with Jeff Garcia, Garrison Hurst. So I was there with some dogs, man. And, it was cool for me, man, because a lot of them guys, they took me under their wing and everything. And most of those guys were like married with kids or whatever. I was like, dang, these dudes is grown. Like, they're grown men with kids out here. I was like, dang, dog. It was crazy. It was a good experience for me, though, man, because they taught me how to be a professional, man, and, some of the lessons and, some of the techniques and things like that. Like, I could still, hear them coaching me right now.
Hey, you said your suit game was weak at first. So
Yeah.
I want to know, when you got that first check, because when you get that first check, you look at them zeros, that thing hit a little bit different. What did you do with your first check? Did you go buy a suit? Did you go get mama a house? Did you go get a car? What'd you do with that first check, man?
I made sure I got mom's her crib.
That's
yeah, because I just grew up, it was just me and her. So I made sure I took care of her first. And then I went and got me a Yukon Denali. Yukon Denali, but it was a demo. I bought that joint used. I wasn't about to buy no new car, especially not on California. But I started looking at them. I looked at a house. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and chip on out this apartment right around the corner from the facility.
Hey, them prices is mean out there in the Bay.
Yeah, man. I looked at houses, in the Michigan area for my mom's and everything. I was like, surely there's going to be something like this in California. Man, I was like, what?
Long way from home, brother.
Man, you go look at, this is the strip of grass that be in your backyard right here. Just this much right here. Like, what is that, bro? I'm about to pay $1 million for this being my backyard?
Welcome to Cali.
Hey, Spice, we talked a little bit about now you're getting into gear, you're learning how to be a professional, how to work. When you play with T.O., and we spoke about this before, one of the hardest working athletes of all time, literally. Is there anything or any place you could take me back to where you realized like T.O. was different? Because we all see the numbers, we're here to talk, remember the holdouts, but not too many talk about how hard T.O. worked behind the scenes. You got anything that stands out or any story or a situation that happened?
Yeah, we was talking about it the other day. Back in like 2003 or whenever it was, this is when they used to keep the locker room open 24 hours. So like you can stop by anytime you want. And I stayed like 5 minutes away from the facility and I left my wallet in my locker. So I go back to go get it. It's like 10 o'clock at night. And so I walk in, get past security and everything. And all you hear is just like all this music playing. So I'm like, man, what is going on up in here, dog? They got a party in here, they didn't tell me something about. I'm like, what? So I walk in and T.O. is in that mug, just getting it, just like throwing all type of weights and everything. I'm like, dude, it is 10 o'clock in the morning. I mean, 10 o'clock at night. We ain't got no game, like nothing. What is going on, bro? Dude, like it's a bye week. This dude is just in there, like, I'm like, this dude is different, bro. And then, like, you see him at practice. Every catch he get, like he going to score a touchdown. Like he digging. I'm like, man, like, bro, just catch it. You know what I'm saying? Flick it back. Like this dude catches it, just sprints off. Like he like going. I'm just like, man, this like you really don't have to do that, Theo. Like, you're about to run some. You're gonna run some more plays.
Hey, listen, man. We actually had a chance to talk to you. T.O. still wants to play football. Can you believe? Do you think that would even be a good idea at like 43 to go out there and still try to take them?
It's some people that's built for it. It's some people that's built for it. T.O. is one of them type of people, man. Like this dude just ran like a fofo. How do you even get it in your mind to say, I'm gonna race Tyreek Hill? Like what? Like why would you do that? Like, and he did it. Yeah. I mean, he didn't beat him, but dude still ran a 4.4.
He's close. Yeah.
Man, that dude, I'm telling you, man, he ain't from here, man. I don't know where he from, but I know where he ain't from.
Here.
Man,
Spice, we talked about this too. You played with T.O. You saw what he was like on the field. We just talked about the work ethic. There's a young man in the league that they say is that he T.O. 2.0, DK Metcalf.
Oh,
How
yeah.
good is DK? How do you compare DK Metcalf with T.O.? We know that DK says he's different. He's not Megatron. He's not Randy. He's not Jerry. I see so much of T.O. in him, just a little more raw. And he got Russell Wilson. That's a big knot, right? That's a big plus right there. How would you compare those two, seeing that you saw T.O. firsthand?
I think DK he's stronger, I believe, as far as like, weights and all that is concerned. Like, I mean, I think DK probably got 225 like 25 times or something like that. That's a linebacker. Like, linebackers would be doing that. Some linemen can't do that. Like, this dude he's a creative player, man. He's just one of them players that you just put 99 up on everything, and he turned out like the dude is weird science. Man, but only old heads know about weird science, bro. That's an old school movie.
That's way back. You gotta be in your 40s. Ryan, hey, listen, Ryan, Ryan, you 36 or 37?
36, yo, 36.
36. You probably 37. Probably lying on your age. But if you ain't crossed 40 yet, you don't know about shows like that, man.
Weird science, but that was
Hold on. You knew DK when he was just, what's his name again? He called him by his government back then. You knew DK as a little pup, right?
Yeah, DK was 7 years old when I first, because his dad was my teammate with the Bears, Terrence Metcalf, and the kids around the neighborhood, man, used to be giving DK the business, man. They used to be crossing him up, boom, like it used to. What would be funny is I would go over Metcalf's house and he'd be looking out the window just like disgusted. He'd be like, "Oh man, look at that, man. Look at him." And I'd be like, "Man, what's going on, man?" He'd be like, "Look at him, man. Everybody's crossing him up, man. Everybody in the neighborhood just came over like, where DK at?" Because they knew we about to be on World Star today.
Man, they catching with the AI crossover.
Man, everybody in that neighborhood, man, just come over there like, boom, boom, just crossing him up, breaking his ankles. But now, yeah, they don't want to see DK now. That dude is crazy. I'm telling you, that dude he's a creative player, man. He's unreal.
And listen, you gave us a little bit of insight into that Chicago Bears locker room and all the fun you had. The dodgeball thing caught me off guard. So I got to ask you, whether it's San Francisco or Chicago, what's the wildest locker room story that you can tell us that you experienced while you were in the league?
The wildest thing I ever saw was somebody I told you this too, Ryan, about guy got traded at a preseason game. We're about to go play the game. Like, we already warmed up.
Is it 49ers?
What'd you say?
Was this 49ers or Chicago?
This was 49ers. We had Oakland right down the street. And we in the locker room, everybody warmed up. We got our pads on, everything. We're getting ready to go out. Dude gets a tap on the shoulder. Like, take all of that off and get your playbook. I was like, what?
Yeah.
This is our starting running back. Like, not just like a practice squad dude or just like somebody who trying to make the team. Like, this dude got a contract. Like, this is our starting running back. Dude was just like,
who was that starting? I think who was starting? That wasn't like Garrison Hurst, nobody was.
Who got traded like that?
Kevin Barlow.
Oh.
Got traded to the Jets in preseason, bro. I'm like, dang, dog. I was like, shit, I better make sure I get a sack or something this game.
Hey, that's
dog, man. Kevin Barlow was a good player, man. He was our starting running back.
But only thing I can think of that even mirrors that, my last year in Cleveland, Dion Waiters got traded during the national anthem of a game in Philly that was in his hometown. So Philly's his hometown. He got traded at home in the middle of the national anthem. That's the only thing I can think of that's crazy than that.
I got one. I forgot about this. So we had a player on the team who got released in preseason. And he went back home to Florida, where he lived, went back home. And this one particular week, we were playing Jacksonville. And it was a crazy week where like a lot of our DBs had got hurt.
Right.
One of our DBs went down Wednesday. Another one of our DBs went down Thursday. So they was like, man, we don't have no DBs to go in this game with. So they called my boy, who they released in preseason, and said, hey, look, since you're already down there in Florida, we're going to pay you to dress in the game and play. So he was like, all right, bet. So he played in the game. He did good. You know what I'm saying? He balled out. After game, he's like, yo, do I get back on the plane with y'all to go back to San Francisco now that I'm on the team now? They was like, no.
What?
So run that playbook. Run that playbook.
Yo, that's crazy.
Dude, they signed him for the game, allowed him to play, and was like, thank you. See you later.
Only in the NFL, man.
Oh.
Only in the NFL.
I was like, wow.
Hey, Spice, speaking of it, you know, you were a bad man on that line, D-line, man. You a veteran. Anybody played 9 years in the NFL? See, them is like, you know, like dog years and cat years. You played 9 years in the NFL. You know, our 10 and our 14 is a lot different than your 9. You had to go against some of the league's best quarterbacks. And a guy we talked about and spoke to mine, Michael Vick. Yeah. What was it like going after Vick in his heyday, fam? Like I had a chance to see Bron. I saw Kobe, you know, doing his thing. You know, Brendan saw snippets of Michael Jordan and played with him. What was it like playing against Michael Vick, fam? What is that game plan like? And then what is he like up front, up close?
Dude, it's like trying to tackle somebody who has superpowers. Like, you know, he's like, dude, just teleport. Like, you're tackling a mirage. Like, you go to tackle him and you be like, dude, how did he end up over there? I just saw him right here, bro. Like, what is going on? Like, somebody put a code in or something. You think you're in a video game. But I remember my first time playing against him. I'm standing up. The offensive line already down, so I'm just like scoping the backfield, you know, just going over everything. I'm like, oh man, they're talking all this junk like this man was like. I still respected him now because you still see the speed, but I'm just like, I thought he was at least 6'2", 6'3". I'm like, man, okay, man, you know, I hit this dude one time, man, he gonna fall if I can get to him now, but. That dude, man, he was just freakishly fast and quick, bro. And he had a rocket too, man. Just sling that mug, man. He was the full package, bro. But game planning against him, man, you got to have all 11 that can help you. You know, everybody got to make sure they take their angles, and everybody got to do their job. Because we be in that huddle, and you know, we weren't scared to let people have it. Like, dog, where was you at? You were supposed to be on the end, right? You supposed to bring him back to me. Like we be in the huddle, dog, like really getting it in, especially on TV time now. We got a little bit more time. Like, hey, dog, hey, Julius. Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
Hey, man, that hey, yo kills me I promise you, the people that don't know Julius Peppers probably ain't going to feel it like I feel it, but, dog, that might be the funniest thing you've done, dog. That kills me every time.
No, ain't nobody ever said nothing to Pep. Because, yeah, Pep always do his job, whatever. Even if he didn't, you'd be like, hey, so what? That's Pep. Like, he gonna get it done at some point in time, bro. So, hey, I would advise you not to say that. But when you do say something to him, hey, yo, he's fast, but we can stop him, yo.
Oh, man. Hey, listen, man, I see the impression you do with Pep. I watch you. I definitely follow you on Instagram. See you when you're acting on Ballers. Did you always know that you were this funny and this was going to be the career path after sports? Like after basketball, I knew I wanted to work in media. You know, I was like, hey man, I want to do commentating or I want to do broadcast. I want to do something. Did you know that you were going to do this? Like, how did it come? Matter of fact, how did this come about? That's probably the better question.
No, I had no idea. I was just, just being silly, man. And then I had some of my teammates, they was like, dude, you built for social media. And I was like, man, I don't understand it, bro. It's stupid. Like you write down your thoughts and then somebody judge you off of your thoughts, like on Twitter. I was like, I don't want to be involved in that, bro. Like I just want to play ball and like that's it. Like that's all I want to focus on. And they like, bro, I'm telling you, dog. So they would record me and put it up on their page. And they'd be like, man, look at all the people that's talking about it or whatever. And I'd be like,
what teammates were this? Who was this?
stupid. Chris Harris and my man Earl, dog, they used to be like, I'm telling you, dog, you need to be on social media. And I'd be like, I don't see it. But then once I got done, I started messing around with it. I started making a video or something. Like I saw they had things black people say, things white people say, things big people say, things little people say. And I was like, man, they ain't got nothing about NFL, like what I'm going through. They ain't got no NFL, what NFL free agents would say. So I made that video. I showed it to my homeboys, and they was like, dog, put that out. They was like, man, we see this all the time in the locker room, but nobody else really get a chance to see it. So put it out. So I put it out, and everybody liked it, and everybody was talking about it locally, and then it started going crazy on Twitter and stuff like that. But then I was like, true, after I retired, I was like, man, them NFL checks ain't rolling in, bro. I gotta do something out here, man.
Gotta eat.
So then I had tried out to be an analyst at Big Ten Network, and I straight up bombed. Like it was. So look, they gave me a game. They said, here's a CD for Ohio State versus Indiana. Talk about 3 things in the game that was just like that you thought was really important. So I'm like, all right, cool. I got the plays. I know it's these players. So I knew everything. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter. I knew everything. So we up on a little table, and it's me and my host. And my host is just like, yeah, okay, we got Spice Adams here. He's gonna break down the game. So boom, like it's all on me. I thought we was gonna go back and forth and like I was gonna feed off of him. So then he's like, boom. So I got it. I got the whole segment. I think it's like 3 minutes. And you know how 3 minutes is. Like, what? You would think like, 15 seconds was really a long time just to sit in front of the camera and just start talking. But I got like 3 minutes just to fill in. I thought, oh my shoot. But I kill it. I kill that part. So then he's like, yo, tell me about Purdue's second string quarterback. I'm like, what? Dude, you all gave me the game, Ohio State, Indiana. How am I supposed to talk about other folks in the Big Ten? I'm like, dog. And then he's like, talk about the defensive coordinator for Iowa. I'm like, bro, I wanted to grab something and be like, dog, are you serious right now?
He set you up for failure.
Man, I'm like, come on, dog. Like, dude, I still got dirt in my fingernails from being in my stance, and like I'm fresh off the field. Like I can tell you anything you want to know about the NFL, but the Big Ten, like I'm gonna need some time. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, I straight up bombed, and they had me in the second time, bombed again. But they was like, yo, we like your personality. If we can find like a type of show or something like that where we can work on your personality, we'll circle back. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I ain't gonna hold my breath. But they did, and they called it the Big Ten Tailgate Show. So I did that for like 3 years. I was like, that, I started getting some checks rolling in, and I was like, okay, cool. Because it's hard out here it's hard on the yard out here, man. You ain't got them checks rolling in, brother. Especially if you got 4 kids like me. You got to make it happen.
Absolutely, man. And Spice, we talked about it, but you got a few personalities you like to dive into. One of my favorites, though, Cream Bigums. And I was thinking about this.
AKA James Harden. Hey, Cream Bigums look like James Harden in his uniform now.
Hey, but I had to think about something, Spice. You get so much more love from the NBA and the basketball community. You started off as a hooper, you come back. We don't see you popping in it, NFL, Pro Bowl and stuff like that. I'm sure you're doing things NFL-wise. You do a great job with the Bears, hosting with them and doing stuff. But NBA is showing you major love. When was that moment where you saw Kareem Bigham's take off? You know, who is Kareem modeled after? And then how was it just watching this grow? And it's like, dude, it's a NBA. You're a piece of NBA culture.
Dude, it was so crazy, man. I just always think about different videos that I could shoot. And then I had this one video that was just stuck in my phone for weeks that I never wanted to put out. So I thought it was stupid. So I'm in my garage, and this is like June and July, like I'm sweating, everything. I'm doing like all these basketball moves. I got the socks all the way up. I got the goggles on. My shorts is hiked up. I got on Chuck Taylors. I'm doing all of these moves, jab steps, fadeaways, like all of this stuff. And I'm just like, this is so stupid. I didn't even have a tripod to set it up on. I put it up on a ladder. And I would like, you could catch me looking back at the video to like make sure it was still there because it would be falling down and stuff. So I was just like, this is the dumbest video ever. I was like, I'm not going to post it. But then the finals came on, and I was at a track meet for my son. We had to stay overnight in Indiana. And I was falling asleep. Cavs was playing the Golden State Warriors. And I was just like, man, I'm going to put this stupid video out, man, see what happens. Put it out. And then I fell asleep, woke up to my phone just like buzzing, like all these notifications. Everybody was like, yo, Kevin Hart just posted your video. So I'm like, he probably commented on the video, but you know, he's a full-blown comedian who's like in movies and all. He didn't put my video on his page. So I go to his page and my video is on there. So I'm like, oh snap, like this is crazy. So once he posted it, then it was on House of Highlights. Then it was like Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg, like Ludacris, like all of these different people and all of these pages that got like millions of followers or whatever. So I was like, dang, I was like, this joint kind of blew up. So then I did like a 30 for 30 gay Kareem, like the backstory and everything about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, how Kareem stole Kareem's name and changed his name to Kareem because he used to be Lou Alcindor. Like all this crazy stuff I just came up with. And so then I was like, man, I'm gonna have to give him a page before somebody steal it and start putting like all of this crazy stuff up. So he got a page. He got like 320,000 followers on Instagram. The dude was in NBA Live 19 as a character, got graded 89, one higher than Magic Johnson, be dunking on folks, crossing dudes over, all type of stuff. Then the All-Star games here in Chicago, I go out there for the three-point contest. They allow me to shoot threes with Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew did a commercial with Kareem Biggs. It was crazy, but it all started from me not even wanting to do it.
Yeah, listen, that's crazy because you never know until you put it out there. Sometimes good things happen when you put it out there in the atmosphere. That's the first time I saw you. I remember the NBA Finals joint. You're dribbling like it was me and Steve Smith. We were working at NBA TV. We were in Ryan Lab. Smitty's like, dog, B Wood, you got to see this. That's the first time I saw you. But my favorite character, me and my man Jay, we always play around with this one. When you like the little uncle dude with the hat, with the socks up high, with the earpiece, talk about what you say there, Chop, dog. Where did you get that character from? Because that's like everybody's uncle at like the cookout. You know what I'm saying? That just don't know how to work the new technology, think they got to put their hand in their ear to make the earpiece work. Where did you get that character from, fam?
Yeah, all of that is just observations, man. Stuff I saw my uncles do. And they, like you say, they always have an issue with technology. And they just stuck in a time warp. Like, you don't need a Bluetooth now.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? But they still gonna have one. I got some uncles who rock the one that go around the neck.
No.
They rock that one with the wire that go up to the ear. Like, I don't know, but he still rock it. I got uncles who still got the flip phone. I got an uncle who got a toothpick in the side of his mouth and just won't take it out for nothing. Like, I don't know how long he keeps the toothpick in, but it don't go nowhere. And what's crazy, I was just on Warren Sapp's page, and you can see the toothpick in Warren Sapp's mouth.
Oh, hey, that's that old school mentality. Them old school dudes let it go, fam.
It's just like this is just what we see, bro. This is just what we know. And everybody got an uncle like this, man, where they got the crazy outfits. Some uncles got a crazy outfit, but got crazy game. Like they could wear that same outfit and go on the court right now, bro, and give you that business. And you'd be like, dog, dude used to have a scholarship somewhere. Had to be, dog. But you know, I love playing the characters because they're just like mad relatable. Like everybody got an uncle like that. What they say now, Chuck? Everybody got an uncle like that.
Hey, what about see, we athletes, I relate to the football coach character. And the
Oh
coach,
yeah.
and
Done.
he still got it at a lower level back on, varsity high school, even college. He wanna demo the video. He think he still got it, fam.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Was there a coach in my see, hey Spice, you ain't dropping no names, dog. Let me know, was this the high school coach, the JV coach? Who are you demoing? You gotta get in the stance. You gotta report your
Well, Coach Dundon is he's kind of like a mixture of some coaches that I saw and some coaches that was at my high school. We had a coach who used to coach the girls basketball team in my high school at King, who used to wear the tightest pants ever. Coach Winfield, the tightest pants you ever want to see in your life. But he was cool, man. And he walked with the hand in the back like that. Like he was just mad cool, man. But it's also some coaches that demonstrate to you things that will never work in the game and some things that would just get you killed out there, man. Like, coach, I can't take on a double team like this. Like it does not work. I can't take two 350-pound dudes and separate them like this and go in an A gap. Like it don't work like that. Like I gotta attack one and I gotta put some pressure on the other guy that's coming down. But like you can never take on a double team like this and split. Like you will go to the hospital the quickest way possible if you ever try to take on a double team like this. But this is what the coaches teach. I'm telling you, man, all you gotta do, sometimes you can come in with the ridge hand. If you come in with the ridge hand, first, nobody never seen that. First, so they're gonna be startled. They're gonna say, "Oh, what is he? He coming in with the ridge hand." You come in with the ridge hand, and you separate both of them like that. Then you go through the gap, and make the tackle. That will never happen.
Ryan, you ain't never had a coach that just thinks that he knows what to do. Like I saw this in college. We had Coach Dave Hanners. Y'all remember Ed Coder played point guard at UNC?
Yeah.
So Ed Coder was breaking everybody's ankles in practice, right? Coach Hanners is like, he's doing the one. I don't understand why you guys keep letting Ed go by you. Just get in your stance, and you can lock. Even at my age, I can lock him down. Spikes, when I tell you this man got in his stance, he said, "Ed, come at me." Dog, Ed almost tore his ACL, MCL, and Achilles all at the same time, man. Like I've never seen it. He was rocking back all, but like we all have that coach. It's like, coach, that stuff you like. Listen, man, it ain't easy to get in the stance. This dude fast and quick, man. Like. It was just crazy to see it. So I totally relate to your story about these coaches saying stuff that's just like, fam, that's really not going to work.
It's not going to work at all, bro. I'm telling you. And they don't even warm up. Like, you ain't warmed up. Like, you think you're going to get into a stance and just do how you want us to do it? Like, it don't work like that, man.
Plus Buddy was 50. Buddy was like 50 years old. Ed like 22. I'm like, man, what are you doing? But, hey, but.
I mean, it's junk ever, dog, when they think they could do something. And then they find out that it really doesn't work. Yeah. But they got to stick to their guns because they've been talking about it. They've been harping on it. So they're going to stick to their guns. No, I'm telling you, man. You come through with the ridge hand, separate both of them.
the ridge hand ain't never going to work. But something that is working for you, now you've graduated from the skits that you do on Instagram and Twitter. Got an acting career, got a chance to see you doing some things on the show Ballers. Me and my wife watched that show. We love it. Can't wait for it to come back. What was that like acting? Because acting is different than just putting a skit together.
Yeah. But what I'm realizing is that everything is relative. So like with football or with basketball, you just, as long as you keep getting the reps, keep getting better, you keep getting better as long as you just keep getting the reps. But the acting is completely different, like them reading a playbook. It's like, I go over my lines. I know them, like backwards, forwards. If I pick a point in the middle, like, boom, I know it. But it's different when you got to go, like somebody is in front of you.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, he say his lines, then I say my lines or whatever. But then it's like it's a certain way you're supposed to say them, or how fast you're supposed to deliver it, like all of that. So I had never met The Rock before, and this was my first time meeting him on the set. So I'm like going over my lines in my head, like, okay, cool. I got this. Boom. So now The Rock come in. He come in, hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, everybody? Da, 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 da. He sit down, and then he's like, oh, hey, what's up, Spice? Whatever. He's like, hey, man, you want to go over some lines, whatever? I was like, man, let's just do it, man. Like, let's just see what happens, whatever. So he comes in for like the handshake. I come in with the fist bump. I changed my fist bump to the handshake, and he changed his to the fist bump. And I'm just like, dog, like he about to think I'm just corny or just like I ain't gonna get it. Like, cause that's the first time I'm meeting him, bro.
First impression.
It's awkward. So I'm just like, dang, dog. But we go over the lines, whatever. But I'm just like, dog, this The Rock right here, dog. So they like action. I'm just like, it's The Rock, bro. Oh, go, right? Okay. So but what's crazy because we in a scene where it's like we're in a restaurant. And so nobody's saying nothing. But then when they say action, like you hear like it becomes a restaurant. Like everybody started talking and forks is like banging on the plate and I'm just like, what? I'm still trying to like understand like what's going on because I'm just like, dog, this is how it go down up here. And even after all that, like you still gotta remember your lines and stuff like that, and when to say them and how to say them. And I'm just like, dang, that's The Rock right here, bro.
It's The Rock, man. Got to get it in though.
Yeah, but you gotta know your lines too. Like after all of that, then it's work. But it's different, bro. It's different. But like I say, you keep getting the repetitions, man. You start becoming more comfortable with it.
Hey, Spice, I got to talk about this, man. We got to run this one back for me, big fella. You turned the All-Star Weekend out, man. It wasn't just a shooting machine with the cock back over the head, man. I need the story again. I need the story. Q Rich sent your shot to the bleachers. He went full Chicago on you. He sent your shot to the bleachers. What happened? We need your side. I called Q. We talked. He said that, he said he just let you have it, man. He wasn't going to let you score. He said, he said it wasn't no All-Star game for him, man. What was that experience like? You're turning things out on the NBA side. Listen, you not an NFL player no more, man. You Cream Biggins, dog. You all NBA. But what happened on that play? Walk me through that play, Spice.
First of all, he said I wasn't going to score. First of all, Cream Biggins had 4 points. And this was 4 points that he got on his own. Because y'all know in All-Star games, you're a big man, you will never get the ball in the post. Nobody, because everybody think they're a shooting point guard.
Right.
Everybody think they can come down half court and just like, bruh, I got position, bruh. I'm here. I'm here up under the rim, bruh. All I gotta do is shoot like this. And like that's the easy percentage shot. Give me the rock. I got the dude in position. He ain't going nowhere, dog. This is a tree trunk. This is the house right here. You're not getting through the house, bro. Give me the rock. You will never get the rock in the post in an All-Star game, period. So like I gotta just get mine how I live. But anyways, I come down the court this one particular time because we was already losing. So I become the point guard because that's what everybody wants to see. Come down the court, dribbling. Common sees me. He's like, oh, I'm about to take him. So I'm like, dude, come on, Common. You're an actor. All right. You about to get this work. So anyways, I give him a little hezzy, whatever. I see him bite on a hezzy. So I'm like, oh, this is baked chicken. This is easy work right here. So we give him another hezzy. He bit on that. I'm just like, oh, this dude, he's irky jerky, man. He don't. So now I give him the full arsenal crossover. He's like, oh, every move I do, he's just like he's never seen it before, which he hasn't because I'm one of the greatest. Anyway, hit him with a bank, hit him with an out, like he was gone. Like jockstrap is in the United Center, like right in the middle of the court. Jockstrap is gone with choo-choo trademarks and all that. Come on, man, get it together. Boom, cross him over, give him that work. now he's like on the outside of my arm, like trying to fight to like gain position again because he's off balance because I'm a triple threat. He don't know if I'm a shoot. He don't know if I'm a pass. He don't know if I'm a dunk. Like he don't know none of that type of stuff. So anyways, Q see me in all my splendor after I done just gave this man a full arsenal and a plethora of barrage of work. He's like, oh, I'm about to foul him. Boom. Everybody think it was the ball, it was my hand. I had to get surgery right here from Quentin Richardson. I sent him the bill. He hadn't got back to me.
Didn't pay the bill? Yeah. He didn't pay the bill?
No. You can still see where the stitches is at and all that, man. Yeah. Had to get that surgery, man. But refs, where was the refs at? The refs ain't call it. I blame the refs because the man, if you watch the tape, you can hear all the dude get all hand, dog, right there. Q Rich. And that's the story. It ain't really nothing even really cool about it. Like that's just what happened, bro. The dude fouled me. Everybody had posted it and like was like, oh, he sent his stuff. Like he fouled me.
It was a clear foul, right? Clear foul call?
Clear foul, man. I would have called flagrant. Flagrant 2.
2, yes. For sure. Like, cause this is not a ball. This is my hand.
Hey, Spike, what did Stephen A keep saying to you on the sidelines, man? Hey, man. What was he saying? Was it blasphemy? What was he saying, man?
So Paul Pierce was out there heckling me. And he was like, oh, come on, Spice, I have money on you. Da, 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 da. So Stephen A. Smith was just like pacing the court and just like, I need the truth. This is blasphemous. I need the truth. And so Paul is out there like, oh man, I already done my time out there, man. I'm done. Like he out there recruiting. He trying to get Paul to come out there to play. Like we already down 30 from your coaching style. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you can't blame the players. Like we running your plays. You know what I'm saying? So Stephen A, man, not a good coach. I'm just gonna say it. He's not a good coach.
Hey, Spice, with you being a part of All-Star Weekend, meeting a lot of people, then you had your whole NFL career. We always like to, when we wind this thing down, we like to ask a fun question.
All right.
What was your biggest all moment? You talked about meeting The Rock. You talked about, seeing T.O., but like, what was your biggest all moment where you saw a star and you were like, yo, that's so-and-so, and you interacted with them and they knew who you were? Like, like we all, like for me, there was a time I ran into Kevin Hart in the club. I was like, oh man, Kevin Hart knows who I am. It's cool. Mm-hmm. What was your all moment like that?
Like
I had two. And one was, during the quarantine time, but another one was just like, this was like a couple of years ago. So Kevin Hart, I go to, he had his tour. I forget which one it was. But anyway, I see his trainer who knew who I was through social media or whatever, because I was just like, dang, bro, like it was crazy to me because when I also host the Great American Baking Show on ABC, and we filmed that in the UK. But while I'm over there in the UK, it's people up like, I'm like, you the dude, man, who be on Instagram? I'm like, what? Like, where you from? Are we from Ghana? I'm like, what? Like, how do all these people, like, that's crazy that my video is just reaching everywhere, like worldwide. But anyway, back to Kevin Hart deal. I see his trainer. He like, yo, why don't you come down and come meet Kevin, man? He'd love to meet you, dog. We do What You Say Not Chuck like all the time. I'm like, what? Are you serious? I'm like, dang, that's crazy. So we go downstairs and then we go to this room. There's a couple people in there talking or whatever, but then there's like a door. I guess that's what Kevin Hart is. And he comes out the door and I'm talking to the people that's already in there. I didn't want to be rude and be like, oh man, watch out, man. Here go Kevin. So I'm still talking to them. And he's walking by because he has to go do like a meet and greet. So he's walking by and he's like, what you say now, Chuck?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, dude, this dude. He's like, hey, look, I'm going to be right back. About to go do this meet and greet. Like, don't go nowhere. So I'm like, dang, all right, cool. So when he come back, he come in and he's just like, and that's for sure right on. I'm like, oh, dog, this is crazy. So then we started talking, dog, for like 30, 45 minutes. Like we've known each other like forever. That was a cool moment. But then I meet Dr. Dre like a couple months ago. So me and Afion Crockett, I meet Afion Crockett too, which is like crazy too. Like, cause I had been following him for a long time. And then we started doing this, we started doing the verses. So after the verses, we were like reenacted, like we just straight up improv.
Some of those were classic too. Some of those were classically hilarious, dog. No,
So we did about 6 or 7 of them, and we never met each other.
No, the Teddy Riley one might be the best.
Yo, this E40 and Too Short. This is about to be hilarious. Like, already. But anyways, we never met each other. And I was telling him, like, look, I'm gonna be out in LA because I was doing something with Kev on stage as well. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be at a hotel, whatever. He's like, I'm gonna come pick you up. And we're gonna go over to Dre house. So I'm like, okay, Mr. Comedian, that's funny. We're gonna go over to Dr. Dre's house. Right. Okay. So he picked me up and we just clowning, just talking, man, catching up because we had never met each other before. We like, nah, this is crazy, whatever, da 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 da. So I noticed like we just going through some windy roads and my ears started popping. I'm like, dog, how high is we going? Like, dog, where are we going? And so we get to like security guards there, whatever, and then we give them our IDs and stuff like that. Then we go to another set of security guards, same thing, whatever. So then we like driving through this little thing that looks like an outdoor mall, but it's actually Dr. Dre's house. I'm like, oof, what? So anyway, we go to where the studio is. I walk in and Dre is like to my immediate right. He's sitting in a chair like this. He's like, this guy. Dr. Dre know who I am. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is crazy, dog. He's playing like a banger in the back too. I'm like, dang, this is wild, bro.
Did you spit a freestyle for Dre? I know Brendan, don't go back.
Hey,
Spice got me fired up, and I spit a freestyle. I'm not proud of myself. We don't need to go live those moments again. Did you freestyle for him? Because you and Avion, y'all go on there for about 3-4 hours straight bars.
Man, I'm trying to get invited back. So I was just trying to read the room, see what the room was like, whatever. Then I add my little stuff in every so often. But freestyle wasn't necessary at this particular moment.
Yeah, well, man, you can't run up on Dr. Dre and act like you're gonna be the next member of NWA, man. Dr. Dre probably had you thrown out the house, man. Can't have that.
I had to read the room, man. I didn't want to just give him all the jewels real fast like that.
Hey, well, Spice, man, listen, man, it's been a pleasure. We appreciate you coming on with us, kicking it, telling us your story. Dog, sure. You are one of my favorites on Instagram, dog. I love everything that you do, all the skits. Listen, me and my boy, when we go bowling, every time I beat him, I be like, hit him with the, what you say that, Chuck? And then I walk right out the bowling alley. I just want to let you know, man, your work is greatly appreciated. And we appreciate you rocking with us, man.
Yeah, Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Anytime, dude.
Absolutely, brother. You know, one of the things I say that you do, you're always relatable. There's no ego, there's no arrogance. And I think, you know, you're able to laugh at yourself. And we all have been there in some of them embarrassing or funny moments, and you know somebody. So really appreciate what you do, man. Appreciate you rocking with us and coming on. And Spice, man, the one thing we like to do, you supported us. So where can we find you? Obviously, we know your IG. If you don't know his IG, you've got a problem. But where can we support you? Any charities, anything where we can buy some Cream Bigham's gear, any of that stuff?
I'm definitely going to buy that shirt. I'm definitely going to. I'm going to buy some merch straight up. I got to support you.
And I appreciate that, man.
2X tall, man. 2X tall, XL tall, man.
Go buy it, man. Don't ask me to send it to you. Buy the gear, dude.
I didn't say for free. I said, I mean, he knows I'm cheap, okay? So I like free. We got to support, man.
Support black business, man. Jesus Christ.
Man, you can go to shop.spiceadams.com, get some merch there and stuff. I got ringtones on iTunes. I got songs on, all streaming platforms, dude. So Yeah, man. I try to keep everything consistent. So Spice Adams everywhere, man. And my homeboy Peanut Tillman has a foundation that I help out with called the Cornerstone Foundation. So yeah, man, that'll be dope, man. Sure.
Hey, well,
Appreciate y'all.
now hold on, Spice, man. The one thing we had in common, me, you, and Brendan, I had to do everything right to stay in the league, dog. I had to speak the right way. I had to show up early. I had to stretch. And when you get to them veteran years, year 6, 7, 8, football may come a little sooner. The ice tub, training room, all that. You played with Julius Peppers, though, man. This dude was a physical specimen, man. What was he like in the locker room? How would he prepare? How did that work out?
Bro, this dude was like, you remember the first Terminator? When the dude just like fall out the sky? Like that's Pep, dog. He's just like, he's a cyborg, man. He peel his skin back. You see all type of wires and steel and all type of electronics. Like that's just Pep, bro. Like for instance, we'll have practice at 3:00. I would probably get to the facility at like 11:30 or something like that. 11. I got to stretch. I got to get in the hot tub. I got to get in the cold tub. Yoga, Pilates, jump rope, like all of this stuff, like just to warm up, just to get ready. Pep will show up at like 2:30.
For practice?
Dude, practice, games, anything, dog. Like, we got practice at 3:00. The dude show up at 2:30, dog. And mind you, when I get to the facility at 11 or 11:30, like I got to get taped up. I got to get my wrist taped. I got to get my ankles taped. I got to wear something under my foot to take off the pressure of my big toe because I would get turf toe. I had that on both of my feet. Like I had to get special type of tape. So even my tape job would take a couple minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Show up at 2:30, bro, and put on the socks, pants, shoulder pads, shoes, gloves, and walk straight out. And even when we get out there at 3:00, everybody's stretching. Pep is standing there like this. Everybody's stretching. Dudes got they hamstrings like this and doing the splits and this here and stretching their legs out, all of this stuff. Like this is going, it's a 15-minute stretch period. The whole 15 minutes, Pep is like this.
He just waiting for y'all to be done.
Yeah, he'll do like that little hamstring stretch like this, and then he'll be like, "Hey yo, let's go, man." Dude, I've never seen anything like that as far as like preparation. Like, dog, I have to do hours of like warm up, dog, like just to get ready and prepared. And Pep just show up and be like, "Hey yo, let's go, man." I've been here. Like, what you talking about? You've been here 30 minutes. I've been here for like 3. I could have watched a movie and a half.
Hey, hold on, Spice. Football players, y'all injured all the time, dog. You telling me this man, all pro, all world in football, didn't have no injuries, no nothing, no training room, dog? Y'all live in the training room.
He don't even know what it's like to like be hurt. Like the dude went into the training room. He's never been there. Like he didn't know what to do, who to ask for. Like he was just like the dude. Somehow he felt some pain in his wrist. It probably was broken. And he walks in the training room like, "Hey yo, I'm feeling a sensation on my wrist." So like I don't like they like, bruh, the dude wrist probably was broke, B. He don't like, dude ain't never been in the training room. He's like, "So I come here at 8 in the morning."
Listen, hey, buddy,
Like,
different.
yeah, like you got to go through rehab. What? Like, dude, he probably never heard of some of the terminations. Like, dog, Pep is one of a kind, bro. I'm telling you, dog. Dude is a straight cyborg, man. For real. What is this sensation I feel in my wrist area? It's almost like it hurts. Like, what? No.
Hey,
I've never seen anybody like it.
Spice, I told you me and Pep played AAU together. The thing was, none of us knew how nice he was in football. Because you know, there was no internet. It wasn't anything like social media.
Yeah.
So we all just, you remember you had the magazines back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
So we were like seeing where we were ranked at. And we're like, yo, man, where you ranked at? He's like, hey, yo, I'm better in basketball. He said, I'm better in football. So we're like, yo, he said, I'm the number one running back in the nation. We were looking at him like, word? We had no idea. So we get the football magazine. We go to the running backs. He ain't even in there. We're like, man, you said you one of the best running backs. You're not even up here. I promise you. He hit me with the same AO. That's when he hit me with the AO for the first time when I was 16. He said, hey, yo, let me see that. Pulls the magazine up and don't say nothing else. Just points like, yo, right here. And hands it back to me. It had Julius Peppers with a gold star on the bottom of the page. It said, utility back, able to play any and every position on the field. We said, dude, you told us you were a running back. He's like, hey, yo, I also play a little bit of linebacker, tight end, fullback. I was like, what, DN? I was like, fam, you told us you were a running back. He's like, oh, hey, yo, my bad. And that was it. Like, at no time at 16 did we know we were running with the best player in the nation football-wise. It was crazy. But he always hits you with that AO, and then he gives you the hand.
That's Pep, man. Pep just go ball, bro. He don't care about nothing else, bro. Like, he don't care about nothing else. Just go out and do his job, bro. He the best, man.
Yes, sir. Great dude.
We appreciate you coming on, man. Thanks for coming out, brother.
What up, everybody? It's your main man, Spice Adams. I'm 5'11.8, but I am here with the opinionated 7-footers.